Hey everybody, it's Jason with All-Star Welding, back at you with another exciting video. Well, today we're going to do a comparison of three different flux core machines. We've got the Titanium Easy Flux 125 from Harbor Freight. We've got the Century 90 from Lincoln, and we have the 160Ts from PrimeWeld. Now the PrimeWeld will do 110 or 220, but to keep things level, we're going to run it on the 110. We're also going to use a brand new roll of Weldcote 030 flux core wire. We're going to use the same roll in each machine. Now I've got three different coupons set up, and we're going to run this and we're going to look at the results, do a little comparison. But before we get started, let me ask you something. So according to YouTube analytics, last month I had a little over 10,000 views on my channel. I've got about a little over 1,400 subscribers. But you know what? 90% of the viewership are not subscribed. So please, 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 make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment, because you know I like the comments and I answer all of them. And if you really like me and you like what I'm doing, don't be afraid to hit that super thanks button. It's the little heart with the $sign in it. Buy me a cup of coffee. Okay, so to get things started, we're going to start with the PrimeWeld. We got some 3/16 inch plate that I've made up into a little T-joint, and my settings on the PrimeWeld are about 18 volts and about 285 on the wire speed. Okay, next we have the Century 90, the FC 90 from Lincoln. And again, this is the same wire, same settings, everything. Okay, next we've got the Titanium Easy Flux 125 from Harbor Freight. Again, same settings. This one is on about G 6.5. Okay, so let me give this a quick rub down with the wire wheel and we'll take a look at them. Okay, so we'll look at the results and I will give you my evaluation on each machine, and I'll give you some notes that I made for each one right after this quick message, so stick around. Okay, so let's take a look at them. They're still kind of hot, so I got to put my gloves back on. But we'll start with the PrimeWeld. It really laid down a lot of material. Let me see if I can show that to you. I don't know if you can see that. So this is 3/16 plate. The chart inside the machine for 030 and 035 wire stopped at 1/8 of an inch. And I know that's a lie because I've used that same machine on 1/4 inch before, single pass, and it did great. Maybe they just didn't want to continue on with the chart, I don't know. But the other sizes past that just have a dash on there. So I guess maybe that means they don't recommend doing it, but I did it. So this looks kind of wormed up a little bit and not that wonderful, but it may have been the settings. Again, I was trying to keep the settings pretty much on par with the other machines. All right, so the Century from Lincoln, it did a really good job. I think the setting on that, now it doesn't go by letters and numbers like the Titanium does, it goes by numbers and numbers. And I think in the chart it showed 8 and 8, or 8.5 and 8.5. I put it on 8 and 8. But let me show you this. So this is probably my last video with this camera set up. I've got a new camera coming with new microphones, lapel mic, you know, and all that jazz. So maybe here real soon on the next video we can do some better close-ups. But the Century had me confused because if you look at the box, on the end of the box it says up to 1/4 inch. On the other side of the box, on the side panel, it said 5/16 of an inch. So so I don't know what that means, you know, but that machine was not maxed out doing this. The PrimeWeld was not maxed out doing this. So either one will do the same. And then the Titanium, of course, it laid down a really good looking bead. I'm pretty happy with that. And if you notice on all of these, if you looked at the close-up, I didn't have a bunch of BBs laying around. That's because that Weldcote wire. I really like that Weldcote wire. But so the Titanium again was showing, I think, G8. And that was not maxed out either. So I've actually used that Titanium on 1/4 inch, and it'll do even better if you do multi-pass instead of just one. But as far as the machines go, the PrimeWeld, I think it's a little over $400. The Century, I think it's about $235, something like that. The Titanium, you know, it's $135. Sometimes it goes on sale for $99. I would have no problem using either three of these machines. I really want to get my hands on one of the new Lincoln 90i. which I think is the new and improved Century, since Lincoln bought Century. And they've improved the design, they improved the outside, the case, the looks of it and everything, and they're calling it the 90i, or the FC 90i for flux core 90i. And you can pick those up at Home Depot and Lowe's and stuff like that, or your local welding supply can probably get them for you. But anyway, so I'm pretty excited about the all three of them were very comparable. If I had to choose which one I liked the best, just by the way that it welded, the crispness of the arc, I'm gonna go with the Century. I mean, that seems kind of odd because you know I love my Titanium Easy Flux 125, but that Century, now my Titanium's old. It's, you know, maybe a year or two old, so maybe I need a new one. But that Century really welded good. The arc was nice and crisp. You know, once that wire hit that metal, man, it was going. The PrimeWeld took like half a second to start the arc going. The Titanium, of course, started right away. But as far as the looks of the weld and the quality of the weld and what I perceived as a crispiness, if that's a welding rating, we'll use it. But the crispiness of the arc on the Century was pretty impressive. I really liked it. So if somebody said, Jason, I need you to go weld this, you can only take one machine, what you gonna grab? I'm gonna grab the Century. Sorry, Titanium. And I do want to say that I own the PrimeWeld. I bought it with my own money. I own the Titanium, bought it with my own money. The Century I borrowed from a friend of mine because I knew he had it and I just wanted to include that in the shootout. But anyway, I hope you got something out of this. I sure did. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you thought about this test and which one that you liked the best, or you know, tell me if you got experience in either one of these three machines. Let me know what you think, because you know I answer all my comments. And again, only 90% of my viewers of my channel are not subscribed. So please subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment. If you like what I did, if you like me and you're learning something, hit that super thanks, buy me a cup of coffee or a Whopper. I would really appreciate a Whopper. But anyway, y'all have a good weekend.